welcome to this episode of Ask Aviel. My name is Aviel. You can ask me questions so that we can share, learn, and grow together. Why is there pain and suffering on earth? This question can only be answered by the Bible. There is nowhere else that provides satisfactory answers. Following the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob is not an easy path. Many people think that life should be filled with financial abundance, happy times, and with everything going our way. Pain and suffering can be caused by the actions of selfish individuals. It can also come as the consequences of our own actions, our own foolishness and sin. If there was no free will or free choice for people, then we would be robots. So God gave mankind the intelligence to make decisions, and He gave us the power of choice to test us whether we would behave righteously or be selfish towards others. God created a perfect world where there was no pain and suffering. The first man and woman violated God's instructions and introduced pain, sickness, and death into the world through their one act. The moment they partook of the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the world became broken. Creation experienced the fall. The ground became cursed and would no longer cooperate with man, but start to yield thorns and thistles. Man would have to work hard through effort and sweat, and death entered the world. There is pain and suffering because there is an enemy of God. We read in the book of Job that our adversary, Satan, appeared before God. God gave him permission to bring challenges and sorrow to Job's life. Job's servants were killed, and his oxen, donkeys, sheep, and camels were carried away. Job's sons and daughters were killed all in one day when the house collapsed with them inside. What a terrible tragedy Job suffered. God did not cause it, but God allowed it to happen. Sometimes we do not know or understand things because the time is not yet right for us to know. Situations may not always come packaged in a way we can understand, but later we look back and we can get a better understanding. It is like the analogy of rowing a boat. We move forward with our backs to the future, not knowing what is ahead. But when we look back, the picture of the past becomes bigger and bigger, and we gain our understanding much later. God sees the big picture, and He is trustworthy. When Messiah comes, He will pull back the curtain of history, and we will see how each situation brought about each step of the way. God only has what is good for us in mind. God allows for things to happen so that we can progress to where we need to be. We need to trust and believe that everything God has for us is actually for our own good. God is good. He is the God of light and love. We are accustomed to instant gratification, 2-minute noodles, instant coffee, fast food, and drive-thrus. We get discouraged when we cannot see the good in each situation and we give up. We get impatient along the way. We want to know everything and we want to know it now. We tend to follow the path of least resistance. We like instant success with minimal effort to work hard. When things are not happening the way we want, we fail to see the rapid progress we envisioned in our minds. Frustration and disappointment begin to set in. We lose our initial enthusiasm when we're not getting the results we want. We need to build stamina. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Faith is only built along the journey when we are going through our challenges. This world is like a hall that we are going through before we actually have an audience before the King. We need to prepare ourselves while waiting in the hall so that we can know what to do when we finally stand before the King. God has provided us with life, oxygen to breathe, food and water, shelter, light, warmth, love from our families, and protection from danger. Most days, we tend to take everything for granted without thanking God or giving any thought to Him. We completely forget God until trouble comes along. At the smallest amount of tribulation, turbulence, and discomfort, we lash out, God doesn't exist. We look for something or someone to blame. We need to learn how to say, Gamzu Latova. This too is also for my good. God gives me good revealed and good concealed. Believe and have faith that God has our best interests at heart and determined to honor Him as we walk through challenging situations. His purposes are always for our good, even if we don't understand it on this side of eternity. God is good, and He will get us through our situations. The other alternative also requires faith. Faith that God doesn't exist, or that God is cruel and He doesn't care about what happens to us. We need to open our spiritual eyes to see. We need to not be afraid, but to stand still and see the salvation of the Lord, which He will accomplish for us today. Those who are with us are more than those who are against us. Thank you for joining me. I pray that this message inspires and challenges you. God bless you and your family. Shalom.